But my saying that is the cue to like stop joking around. Already?
Hello?
Right, everybody.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't.
Everybody is on mute
Oh.
for a reason. So please continue to stay muted, because if we all start checking and talking, it actually becomes impossible to conduct court. So I do want to welcome everybody to the Temple Municipal Court. I will likely repeat myself a little bit this morning as I watch people get connected. And so I do want to welcome everybody. And I'm just looking, there were a couple of people I need to check on. We have 2 screens today, but I watched everybody log in, and I just need to, hold on a moment. So I do welcome everybody to the court this morning, and I want to thank you for being here. My name is Judge Person, and this is the Temple Municipal Court. And I'm going to, I did note as people logged in who was here and the order that you logged in. And so I'm going to, that I needed, ma'am, that I just wrote a note over to. I'm going to remove you, and you can dial back in when you have renamed yourself. What happened? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and report that. Just one moment. I have, it's really important to put a name that I can look up in my system. And I have a couple of people that I actually need to clarify before we get started. And before I do that, Madeline Smith, I wanted to let you know the prosecutor reviewed your case and she has dismissed it. And so your case is dismissed. I don't believe, yeah, we'll email a copy to you, Ms. Smith. I don't believe you have anything else pending with the court. And so I'm going to remove you because you're good to go now. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. So let's see. I do have some phone numbers that I need to clarify who is on the line. And so I'm going to call out those numbers. Phone number beginning with 254 and ending in 802. Could you please?
That's me, Jack Armstrong.
Hi, Mr. Armstrong. How are you today?
Fine. I was having a little trouble getting in. It was like it wouldn't log me in.
No, that actually, it takes a little time to get in. And so you're fine. I just, when you dial in, it's no problem, but it does identify you just by your phone number. So keep your ear out because your turn will come. You're on the pretrial docket, and Ms. Rice is the prosecutor, and she's going to speak with you here in a few minutes. And he can't see you because he's on the phone, but that is Ms. Rice for those who can see. And we'll be back with you, but I'm going to remute you, Mr. Armstrong, and we'll be back with you shortly. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. And then I have another phone number beginning with 254 and then ending in 412. Can you unmute, please, and give me your name? Okay, I'm going to move on. A phone number beginning in 254 and ending in 657. Hello? and a phone number beginning in 512 and ending in 790. Can you unmute and give me your name, please? So I'll keep trying. I don't know who those folks are, and that makes it a little bit difficult to conduct court, but I'll continue to try. So my name is Judge Person. I'm sorry, I've got another person named iPhone, and their screen is off, but I'm asking you to unmute and give me your name.
I'm Tanaya Bowens.
Okay, Ms. Bowens. Great. I'm going to change the name on the screen so that I can keep up with you.
Okay.
And thank you very much. We'll be with you shortly.
Okay.
And then I have a person named Naruto, or I did. I'm trying to find them. Naruto 17. Are you still
I
here?
changed it to Justin Burrell.
Okay, Mr. Burrell. Thank you. Or Burrell. Thank you very much. Got you down now. And I'll just make a note of that. You're on the pretrial docket. Lose track of you. Thank you. So I do welcome everybody to the court. I am running two dockets this morning. One is the pretrial docket and the other regular docket. And the pretrial docket is for those who have been set ahead of time on the not guilty docket. Pled not guilty, you're here for a pretrial. And that is a meeting, a breakout room that I'm about to start with Ms. Rice. And Ms. Rice, wave again if you could. Amanda Rice is the city's prosecutor. She represents the state of Texas in the matters that are on trial. So she's not your lawyer. She's actually the lawyer on the other side of the matter. She's absolutely professional, but also very courteous. And so just, you can have a discussion with her. You're not required to tell her anything about the case. And she'll explain a little bit more about that probably, but you're not required to talk to her about the specifics of the case, but she is required to review the case. And I'm asking everybody before we schedule a trial with a jury and impanel a jury to consider if you want to do that or if you want to try to reach an agreement. You're not required to reach an agreement, but you are required to come to court. And today is actually court. And the nice thing is, it's quite and today we have some convenience. Hey, the person on the phone. Hi, can you say your name on the phone?
Hello,
Yeah, hi, what's your name, please?
my name is Jay Burns. You called my number out, my telephone number, but and I said here, but you didn't acknowledge me, so I don't know what it
Right.
was.
You were on mute, and I needed you to unmute in order to hear you. So I couldn't.
Well, I'm having trouble with this concern new thing of a machine.
Sorry?
Yeah, I'm not used to this. That's all.
I understand. Mr.
The
Burns,
number? Oh,
okay, we can't all talk at once, so you're
I'm
just
sorry.
wait. Mr. Burns, why
Yes.
why don't you come on up to the court? I've approved your community service request, and I just
Where?
you made a request. You wrote a letter to me. You made a request for community service here at the Temple Municipal Court. And I'm going to ask
Correct.
you, yes, and I've approved that. So I'm going to ask you to come on up to court and sign off on it and pick up your packet so that you can get that done.
Where's the court?
Well, it's the same place that you came to when you got your ticket here in Temple.
Well, I'm sitting in front of the place, so.
Well, then come on in and we'll someone will be able to help you at the front desk here in a moment.
Okay. You want me to sign off on this now?
Yeah, it'll take a few minutes for us to print everything, but come on in and let the clerk know you're here.
Okay. Thank you.
We'll see you at the front.
All right.
Thank you. Okay, so I think I still have some people that I haven't been able to identify. If you're on the phone, you have to unmute for me to hear you. There's no way I can hear you if you don't unmute yourself. But
Yes,
anyway,
ma'am.
yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, let's get real clear about it. If I don't call you out, if we all start trying to talk, it's going to be a problem. I'm looking at phone numbers.
Yes, ma'am. And I didn't realize you looked up mine. I'm sorry. I didn't know I was
You're not
muted.
on the phone. You're not actually on the phone, Miss Swain, but we'll be with you shortly. I've already counted you in. Okay. It's the phone numbers that I called out a moment ago. If I didn't call out your telephone number, if you're not here on a telephone where I called out your phone number, then don't worry about it. I've already counted you here. So just back to, creating that breakout room for the pretrial. I'm going to go ahead and create that room. But what I'm going to ask you to do is just understand that we're going to do those one at a time. So, and we'll see everybody one at a time, but we're all going to kind of be on the meeting together. So I do want to let you know that a couple of things. When you're pulled over, when you're given a ticket, those are all methods that we have for accusing someone. That's what a ticket is. It's an accusation. And when you give a plea, giving an answer or a response to that accusation, and there are three options for pleading: guilty, not guilty, and no contest. Now, guilty means I did it, okay? Not guilty means I'm contesting it. And no contest means I'm authorizing you to find me guilty without admitting or denying it, okay? So if you plead guilty or no contest, I'm going to move forward with the case and we're going to do sentencing. Now, sentencing normally means paying the fines and costs and having it go on your record. There are still 4 ways to gain a dismissal and keep it off your record. And I want to tell you just quickly how those work. So first I'll tell you what they are, and then I'll tell you how they work. Okay, so compliance dismissals, driver safety course options, deferred dispositions, and teen court. Compliance dismissals are things that can be brought up to date and dismissed. The law has to provide that the case can be dismissed that way, and then you have to do it exactly the way the law requires. So I will walk you through that process if you're qualified. I'll start looking to see if the offense is qualified. I'll start looking to see if you're in the running, basically, for that kind of dismissal. You're welcome to ask questions about it, but I'm not going to wait for those questions because a lot of times people don't know the exact rules. They're very specific. And I suspect people who don't do this every day would have, probably wouldn't think about those rules. So I'll walk you through that. Okay. The second option is if you have a moving violation. With a moving violation, you can normally gain a dismissal through a driver safety course. You have to qualify to be in the program, then you have to complete it on time. So again, I'll look for that qualification first, see if you're qualified to be in it. And if you are, then I will start looking for whether you want to do that program or not. If you're qualified and you don't want to do it, we're not going to force you. But I do want to talk to you for a minute about costs and fines. So every ticket has a court cost and a fine, okay? And when I give you a number, I'm giving you the whole number. But with the driver safety course option, you can pay the court costs, the fine will go on hold. And if you get your course and your driving record turned in on time, then you gain a dismissal, the ticket gets dismissed, and that fine that was on hold, I waive it and you don't pay it. It's cheaper than paying the full ticket. You do have to be on time to court, and you have to elect to do that at the beginning of the process. And so I'll be talking to you about that if it looks like it's something that you might want to do. Okay. And so that's option 2. Option 3 is what we call a deferred disposition. And deferred means delay, and disposition is to make final. So I take your plea of guilty or no contest, plus your request for a deferred. And if I approve it, then I put your case on hold. We put an order in place that tells you the list of things that you need to do to gain a dismissal. And if you follow that list, you gain a dismissal. So that's how a deferred disposition would work. Here's the trick on a deferred disposition. In municipal courts in Texas, you can request a deferred disposition at the time that you enter a plea. You can ask the judge, you can ask the prosecutor, but you have to do it up front at the beginning. And the way that would work is you plead guilty or no contest and ask for a deferred. So is that for Mr. Yeah, Burns. Okay, great. Okay, good deal. Guilty or no contest, Judge, but I'd like a deferred. That's what that would look like. Okay. And if you can't remember that, just ask about the deferred. But you need to make that request specifically. I'm not supposed to be walking you through that one or offering it to you. And since most of us don't really know or may not have heard about it, I just got to tell you about it up front. So again, guilty or no contest, I'd like a deferred. That's what that would look like. Okay. So that's the third option. And then the fourth option is if you qualify for teen court. And if you're in high school or middle school or heading to an accredited diploma, then, you know, that's what that would look like. Ms. Hitt, I do see and hear that you're having trouble. I am seeing your texts and I'll write you back here. But I do have a lot happening on the screen at once. And I'll try to address that when I get to the place where where it's your turn. So I do want to send a note back to you just in case you couldn't hear me. So what I'm going to do is start with the first person. And before I do that, on the pretrial docket, the first person on that docket is Sonia Ramirez. And Ms. Ramirez, I'm going to send you and Ms. Rice an invitation to that meeting, and you'll just click on it. But when you're done with that, you'll come back in this room. Okay. And so you'll click back over. And Ms. Rice, I'm sending you that invitation as well. And then I'm going to start with Chauncey Swain. Chauncey Swain, if you could unmute, are you still here? There you are. Good morning, Ms. Swain. Let me get your file pulled up. How are you this morning?
Fine.
And so I did review and I did receive your plea of no contest and your request for teen court. And do you want to do teen court?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're going to need to be a little louder because I've got you turned all the way up and I can barely hear you. Okay. How are you this morning?
I'm good.
Good. What year are you in school?
I'm in 10th grade.
Okay, sophomore. And so I did, and I will approve teen court. And I saw you have a parent there. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can we get your parent back on screen? I know she was on screen earlier. Hi, Mom. How are you doing?
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
Good. Oh, no, you're fine. So we did send some paperwork. Sorry, these files are always kind of bigger. Did we send? She's in a team. Did we send juvenile paperwork? No, why aren't we doing that on a regular basis? I want to know, but we'll talk after this. We're going to send you some paperwork, okay?
Okay.
Send up the juvenile. Just give me a moment and I'll be right back with you, okay? We're actually gonna print some paperwork that I want to review with you.
Okay.
Ms. Swain, do you have the ability to print at home or to look up at it while you're talking to me on a screen?
I actually don't.
Okay. One option would, I can walk you through it. We're gonna have you come up anyway. So let me print it and I'll talk you through it, okay?
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. I'll be right back with you. I've got a clerk right here working.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So moving just briefly to Santos Garcia, you'll unmute.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
Good.
So I do have your paperwork, and the charge is called rubbish, okay? And there is, hold on just a moment. I'm asking for the juvenile paperwork. All juveniles have the same exact paperwork. No? When you're, just one moment,
Okay.
a juvenile. Do we not remember that? It should be printed before the.
Hello.
Yeah, hi, good morning. You're just
Good
gonna,
morning.
hi, what's your name, please?
Karen Butler.
Miss Butler? It's 9:24. What happened? Were you having trouble getting logged in?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And it's ma'am, but that's fine.
Oh, ma'am, I'm sorry.
That's okay. You're on a phone. You wouldn't know. And I don't have a high-pitched voice like some ladies do. But Miss Butler, I've got you down. Okay. Now what's going to happen is I'm going to mute you. And so you'll be muted. And then when it's your turn, you're going to have to listen, because when it's your turn, I'll actually call out for you and you'll need to be able to respond and unmute yourself. Okay. So
Yes, ma'am.
just pay attention. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So we want to email that. No, I'm just going to walk in. Okay. Mr. Garcia.
Okay.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How about you?
I'm good. Listen, I received your paperwork, and I'm not really clear what I read what you said. But the thing is, what's the plea? Because it just says plea entered. So we had a plea of no contest on the charge of rubbish. The fines and costs they're high. They're $2,126.30. The case went to warrant, and you're in a payment plan, or you were. But at this point, payments haven't been made, so it went to warrant for non-completion of your court order.
Okay.
So, what we need to do is get you back on track, and then you need to get really clear about paying on time. You say that you're a mechanic and you're working and you're paid every week. Is there a specific pay date where you're paid?
Yeah.
What day
Mom, the thing is because, excuse me,
What day of the week are you paid?
I pay, every weekend, like
What
Saturday.
day of the week? What day of the week are you paid?
I don't know. That's the
Hello?
Saturday.
What day?
Saturday.
Okay, then on Mondays you can make payment.
Yeah.
Right. So we're gonna do $50 every other week. Can you?
Yeah, but
You need to come in and set up a payment plan. You need to come to the court.
I need to explain you something, Mom.
You
Please.
can explain, but you've already entered a plea, and you've already been found guilty. This is from March of of 2021.
Yeah, but the thing is because I was speaking to the lady over there in your office, because you charged me twice. You charged to the lady, the guy, he helping me the house. You want to charge me, and I want to explain the lady that day. If you're gonna charge me, it's okay. I pay it. I was telling her, but you charge to the other guy, and the guy you already paid the 531 that you give it to Leo Salazar. I already paid that much. I already paid the amount they had to pay because I buying the house from him, and the the guy of the city, he's like racist because it's a lot of house next to me, and it's all dirty. And
Okay, listen. You were charged with a rubbish charge March 19th, and you came in and you entered a plea July 27th. Okay, the complaint you have is with the city manager's office. You can complain there, or you can complain to code enforcement if you don't like their practices. But with this court here, you have a warrant for your arrest for non-payment. And the only way I'm going to recall that is if you come in and set up a payment plan. And
Okay,
normally I require that you put money down. So what you're trying to talk about is why you think you shouldn't have been charged, but you pled no contest to that charge already. So we're moving forward with sentencing. We already moved forward with sentencing, and then you didn't fulfill the sentence. So
yeah,
now
but
it went up because of
yeah,
warrant.
but I don't get the papers, man. How I'm gonna go if I don't get the papers in the mail? I
Right,
mean,
but you didn't get paper in the mail. You got a payment plan that you signed for, or you got a letter. And if you didn't get the letter, then you needed to come in and contact the court.
yeah, but I mean, how are you gonna charge me double for something? I mean, I don't
We're
did it.
not charging you double. Did he have a previous charge? Yeah, you're muted because I needed to get a word in. Yeah, you aren't being charged double. There was one charge.
I
It
mean,
didn't go up.
already the
You-
guy from the house.
If
He
you
wanna
want to
charge me the
argue, you can come to
money.
the court and make an appointment. We'll set you up for an appointment. You need to come in and sign up for a payment plan or
Yeah,
I'm going to move on. You need to come to the court
when I have to go.
now.
Okay, I'll be there. I'll be there.
Um, I'll go talk to him after court. Or he can set up every 2 weeks. And I'll recall him if he wants to do that, but give them a heads up that he's not very clear about it. Ms. Swain,
Yes,
you can
ma'am.
unmute. Sorry for the delay. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let me walk you back through this, okay? So you're charged with the offense of possession of drug paraphernalia, to which you've pled no contest. I have not yet accepted your plea. I need to tell you, because you're underage, that you have the right to hire an attorney to represent you. You have the right to have an attorney present prior to and during any interviews or questioning by peace officers or attorneys that represent the state. You have the right to remain silent. You're not required to make any statement, but any statement made by you may be used against you in court. And you have the right to stop any interview or questioning at any time. I have a form to that effect that I'm going to need your signature on today. Have you been able to follow what I'm telling you so far?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions about that?
No, ma'am.
Mom, do you have any questions about that?
Yes, ma'am, I do. So you said that she has to go to teen court, correct?
No, I didn't say she has to go to teen court. She made a request for teen court, and I let her know that I would approve that.
Okay,
We're not there yet, but
okay,
I like to assure young people that their request has already been heard and that
Okay.
where they're going with it before
Yes,
I
ma'am.
move forward. Okay,
Understood.
because then
Okay.
they're busy thinking about that and not thinking about what I'm telling them. So
Yes, ma'am.
my question to you was, do you have any questions about what I just said?
No, I don't.
Okay, so when y'all come in, she's going to sign this form. Okay. Okay.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Now, Shania, the next thing I want to ask you or let you know, sorry, you're Shaughnessy. Your mother is Shannon, excuse me. Ms. Swain, the other thing I need to ask you, and I don't like to read out people's address on the internet, okay? But I did want to ask the address that we have on file begins with 1800. Is that your address?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and so you'll confirm that when you come in, and just note that you need to keep your address current throughout the proceeding as long as the case is pending, okay? And you'll have a form to sign saying that that is the correct address, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Shaughnessy?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I need, just for the record, I need to bring her up there to sign
You're
that. Are
gonna
you
have to
saying-
bring, yeah, you're gonna have to bring her up here today.
Is there a time limit?
We'll get to that, but today is the time on it.
All right.
Okay. And then the next thing is, Ms. Swain, I had your date of birth in April. Is that the correct date of birth?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And Mom, let me get your full name.
SHANIN. Last name SWAIN.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
And forgive me, I'm supposed to ask this, your age, please.
36.
Okay, thank you. And then they'll have you fill in your date of birth when you get here. Again,
Okay.
there's certain sensitive pieces that I just don't do out loud over the
Yeah.
internet, and giving out your date of birth when it's not your case is not required. So the next form that you're going to sign says that there is an obligation, Chauncey, of keeping your address current with the court until your case is complete, okay? And that doesn't expire when you turn 17, expires when your case is done. And done can be a dismissal or it can be a zero balance, whichever is appropriate for your case, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And then the next thing is just to let you know that if I'm going to make a court order today, and if you don't fulfill that court order, you're subject to contempt of court, which could mean additional charges, additional money leveraged against you, and a hold placed on your driver's license. None of that has to happen, okay? That only can happen if I make a court order, you agree to the court order, and then you don't fulfill it, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Or I can make a court order that you don't agree to, but with teen court, that's usually an agreement, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna ask you, Chauncey, is you've pled no contest to this charge. Do you understand that I will move forward with sentencing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and so I'm gonna accept your plea of no contest, and I'm gonna order you to perform teen court, and now we're gonna sort out what that's gonna look like, okay? With teen court, there's a $20 fee. Can you pay that fee today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then in your case, what we would do is order a class, okay? And I just want to check real quickly, we probably have a recommendation from the teen court coordinator, and let me just check with her. Can you hold on just a moment?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I read the report, and I think we're looking at a marijuana class. What are my options for amount of time? Thank you. Okay, there's an 8-hour marijuana awareness class, and you can take it online. You will pay, yeah, you will pay for the class, but if you pay for the class, get it done and turned in, then the court only receives the $20 fee and you save the $286, and your case is then dismissed from your record, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, does that sound like a good option to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now I'm gonna want the class quickly because I want to not see you again anytime soon, and hopefully not again in the court. I mean, around town is great, but I want you to really do the class and take it to heart. So it's due January 11th, and with the holidays, it's going to be easy to forget. And I don't have a lot of time with teen court. Teen court has to go quickly. So I'm going to ask you to, pay attention to that and get it done. We'll have a flyer for you that will highlight that you have the class and, where to go to take it online, okay? You'll have some choices to look at for places you can do the class online. And now I'm going to ask, and Mom was right to sort of anticipate me. How soon can y'all come by this morning?
This morning, honestly, Judge, I can come by around noon. Is that too late?
No, that's great. You'll bring her
Okay.
with you. And
Yes, ma'am.
it shouldn't take more than about 15 minutes, okay?
Oh, okay.
And then
Okay.
you'll come in and we'll have everything at the front desk for you.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Okay. Now, Mom, do you have any further questions?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the last question.
Do you have any further questions?
Yes, ma'am. Do I need to bring cash in for the $20 payment, or can I pay with a credit card?
I think it's got to be cash for that particular fee.
Okay. Alrighty. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
That's pretty much it.
Okay. And Chauncey, do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Do you feel like you understand what you're going to need to do?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. We'll see you soon.
Judge, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I have one more question. Maybe I missed it. I apologize. How soon can she start this course? Can she start it today?
Yes, she could start it today and turn it in tomorrow if she wanted to.
All right. That's what I need to hear. Okay.
The sooner the better. The
Yes,
deadline is a deadline. It's not the only date that you can turn it.
Right.
Early
Yes,
is
ma'am.
good, late becomes a problem.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
That's
Good
it.
question.
No more questions.
Thank you. Good questions. Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
Okay, so Ms. Rice, are you back in? They're still talking, I guess. Yeah, they are still in there. Okay, well, that's fine. And so I'm going to move forward. I did talk to Mr. Castillo, Mr. Garcia, that is, and now Katie Schmidt, if you could unmute while I get your file pulled up, okay? How are you this morning, Ms. Schmidt?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine. Thanks for asking. I did have a couple of questions. I'm looking for Katie. Are you Katie Schmidt?
No, ma'am. I am her mother, Kelly Schmidt.
Okay.
We sent in a document. I took it over this morning at 8:20 for you. And they
Okay, hold on. Let me look for it.
Okay.
It's probably scanned and I didn't know it came in. Is she, does it explain that she's not available?
Yes, ma'am, it does.
Okay, hold on just a moment. Let me get a good look at it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, any idea on the timetable, Ms. Smith?
Maybe a week, 2 weeks.
Okay, I'm gonna reset the case
Thank you, ma'am.
for 3 weeks from today. And that way, that'll give us maybe enough time to get through and get sort of resettled.
Okay.
It looks like that's gonna be, I'm gonna jump into January and go for January the 4th. And we're gonna email that to the email that we used for today's meeting.
I'm looking for my calendar. Just a moment.
And you should have that reset sent to your email inbox here shortly, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am, I do not.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. And then moving forward, Ezra Perez.
Yes, ma'am.
There you go. How are you, Mr. Perez?
I'm all right.
Let me get your file pulled. And I did receive your request for teen court, and you're 17, so you don't need a parent to be present, but Parents are welcome. I think I see someone. Hi, if that's
Yep.
mom, hello. And I am approving teen court. The charge is a speeding charge. If you pay it, it is $279. With teen court, there is a $20 fee. Can that fee get paid today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then there's going to be a driver safety type course that you'll need to pay. You'll need to turn in by January 11th. And you will pay for that online or around town, either one. You have a license, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what we'll do is set you to come in for teen court, and then you'll come in and we'll have your paperwork at the front. And what I'm going to have you do then is just sign up at the front desk, okay?
All right.
Now, how quickly can you be here?
I guess I could head up there after the court meeting.
Okay, we'll have everything at the front desk for you. Okay,
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
thank you. Y'all are good to go. And Ms. Rice, you were talking with Ms. Ramirez. Have y'all reached an agreement, or are we heading to trial?
I think that we're heading towards resolution, but she's requesting discovery. So I think she's already set for December 29th. So we're going to do discovery on that date.
Okay.
I told her to come back to the main meeting, but she may have gotten confused with the buttons.
Okay, I've sent her back over here, so we'll see if that works. Ms. Ramirez? Hi, let me have you unmute.
There we go. I'm sorry about that. Yes.
How are you?
Good. Thank you.
Okay, so discovery is not a problem, but we are going to have to do that on the 29th of December at 3:00.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm just reminding you to be here, okay?
Okay.
All right, we'll see you then, okay?
All right. Thank you. You have a blessed day.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay. Let me go ahead and let's see. Okay. That'll just have to be, you're just gonna have to sit and wait. Ms. Rice, let me advance you forward. Nancy Hitt is here. Ms. Hitt, I know you were having some trouble, but it looks like it's been resolved. Can you unmute? Ms. Hitt, can you hear me? I can't hear you. I can see part of your body and not your face. Maybe you're trying to dial in. You're unmuted. Can you talk? Ms. Hitt? You're unmuted. I should be able to hear you. If you're trying to get on a phone and you're unmuted, that can actually create more problems. Let me look at the chat. Can you unmute one device and not the other? I did get your message. The difficulty, though, is conducting it one way is difficult. I did approve a device to come in, but I approved it to come in and then it didn't come in. So I don't know the answer for you. I can try to send you to the breakout room and see if y'all are able to either chat there or well, the difficulty, your question is, should you come in? The difficulty is because this proceeding is remote, the prosecutor is not here. I see your Samsung device. Is that your device? Maybe you could type back to me. Is the Samsung your device, your other device? What is the name of your other device, or what type of device is it? Okay, so I see it. And it's muted. No, that's a gentleman.
No, that's
Sir, on
me.
the Samsung. Yeah, you're late for court. I'll be right back with you. I'm doing
No,
something.
no, I'm on.
You need to wait. Unless you're Miss Height, that's who I'm talking to right now. Miss Height, I don't, unless you're with the gentleman that I don't see you there. I see you on a phone. I'm going to send you to the breakout room and see if that will work. Miss Rice, you might wind up having to type with her. And if we just need to push it to the final pretrial, that's okay.
Okay, that's good.
Now, Miss Rice, you just click back over. Miss Height, see if you can join that meeting. Maybe y'all can resolve the issue there. Because you're here for the pretrial. So let's see if that will work. I don't know if it will or not, but does not look like that she moved over. Maybe she did now. We'll see how it goes. Technology can be confusing. Gentleman who was speaking a moment ago, I let you into the meeting, but I did have a question. Can you get back off of the mute, please?
Yes.
Not trying to be rude, but we started court 50 minutes ago and everybody else was here. Where were you?
No, I'm on. I'm Jack. I'm the 1802.
Oh,
I
okay.
just finally got the video, but I kept the call just in case I lost it because I was
Okay.
having trouble with this.
Okay, and what was the phone number ending in? What's the last 3 digits?
1802.
Mr. Armstrong?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, I'm going to disconnect that device because we don't need them both. It's clogging up the screen and the bandwidth. Stay on. You haven't lost your place in line, and we'll be with you shortly. So I'm moving forward then. Let's see. Mr. Perez, we already worked with. That's right. We did Perez. Yeah. And so I'm moving forward with Della Brunson. Hi, Miss Brunson. Good morning. Can you unmute, Miss Brunson?
I thought I did.
Here we are. You did.
Oh,
you did
good
now.
morning.
Good morning. How are you, ma'am?
I'm all right.
I did receive your request and your plea of guilty on the driver's license charge. I had a question about, you requested a payment plan. I actually show that that's a challenge right now, just for a variety of reasons, and that I could approve community service instead, which would be 9 hours of community service. And I would start with, a month to get that done. And if you need more time, I can always give you more time as long as you would apply for an extension.
Okay.
How does that sound?
Can I explain something?
Yes.
With the when the officer pulled me over, he claimed that I had a probation warrant, violation warrant, and I had completed my probation. It's expired. I did the max, the 2 years, but the warrant is for not finishing payment, and so they couldn't.
That wasn't with me though.
No, ma'am. They couldn't take me in to get the warrant off my head because due to COVID, and that my misdemeanor for the warrant wasn't as serious as maybe other people or whatever. So, I mean, I had got a bondsman and everything, and I posted the bond early before I went and tried to turn myself in, and the deputies couldn't accept me. Then when I got pulled over, of course, they couldn't take me in then due to COVID. So I know that my identification expires next month. But
did you have a driver's license at the time of the stop?
No.
Okay. because that's what the ticket was for in August, was for
Yes.
no driver's license charge. And excuse me, but I have a plea of guilty on the charge. Is that your plea today?
I'm pleading guilty because I drove without a license.
Okay. So I'm all that other stuff I understand was like not fun and a lot of challenges, but what we're here about today is really just the no driver's license charge.
Yes, ma'am. The probation, I mean, the community service.
Yes.
The thing is, I'm off Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays.
Yeah.
I work Thursday through Sunday, early hours. I go in at 5.
So here's the thing about community service is I give you an assignment, which is 9 hours, and then I give you a timetable, which is going to be December 21st. And then I give you a list of places and I let you, a full grown-up adult, go manage the time because I could not possibly manage your schedule for you, and
Yes,
you
ma'am.
can. So I would
Yes.
just give you, free reign to go get it done. And if it's not done, just the marching order is get it done and verified and turned in, or bring me what you've got on her before your due date and tell me how much more time you need so that I can give you an extension.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So how does that sound?
It sounds fair.
Okay, great. So I'm going to have everything at the front desk for you, and I need you to come in and pick it up today. You're in Temple still, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you'll sign one document. You'll take everything. Just give a good look at it. Make sure you don't have any questions. If you have questions, the clerk can either answer, or if they can't answer, they can push you back into a meeting with me. So what I'm going to do is ask, when can you be here?
What's the latest? Because my boyfriend has the car. He don't get off until 4.
4:30 is good.
Okay, because I'm at the house where I'm without a vehicle. But if I can get a friend, call a friend to come pick me up and bring me, I'll do that as well. But if not,
Yeah, just don't drive illegally because I don't
No,
want that to happen.
no,
But
ma'am.
we'll have everything at the front desk for you, okay?
Okay, thank you, Judge Persons.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. And do you have any further questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
I can log out now.
Yes, ma'am, you sure can.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I'm moving forward. Ms. Rice, I know you were talking with Ms. Hitt, and let me just get that file pulled. Are we moving to resolution, or are we moving towards trial?
We couldn't communicate, and I think it's something we need to talk about face to face. So I think she's set for January 12th. So I said we could just talk then and do our pretrial then, just because of the technology issues.
Yeah, that works for me. Ms. Hitt, I know you can hear, and I reemphasize January 12th at 1. We'll see you here at the court. Thank you. Okay, hold on. And Ms. Rice, I'm going to move you forward with Frances Ortiz. And Ms. Ortiz, you're going to receive an invitation to join that meeting. When you're done discussing with Ms. Rice, come on back into this meeting. And I just admitted a person identified as Johnny or Joni. If you could give me your last name, please, that would be very helpful.
Hamilton.
Okay, Ms. Hamilton, I've got you checked in, and I'll be with you shortly.
Thank you.
Thank you. And let's see. Barry Ratliff. Okay, thank you, Mr. Ratliff. I'll have someone check the email and try to address your concerns, but I think that your concerns are to be addressed with Ms. Rice. As far as discovery, you're set for discovery. And when is that set for?
The 29th.
We emailed you that setting yesterday. Let me just double check it. December 29th, what time? at 2 is when we're going to do discovery here at the court.
Okay.
But you're scheduled for a pretrial today. That's a preliminary conversation with the prosecutor. And she is actually coming right up to you here pretty quickly. You're next in line.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'm moving forward then with Demetrius Holloway. And where are you, Mr. Holloway? Are you still here?
I'm here.
Oh, there you are. I'm sorry, ma'am. I didn't mean to do that. I misread the name. How are you today?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Thank you. I'm well. I did receive your paperwork, and you did ask for a payment plan, which I appreciate, and you even specified an amount. I'm showing that right now that's something that I could do, but that I could also do community service. If I do that, it's 14 hours, and I would start with the due date of, excuse me, February 8th.
Okay.
Which would you prefer? Because both are appropriate, but I'm showing community service is the more appropriate option.
If I could go ahead and do the payment plan,
Okay.
that would be easier due to the job that I have, and I could go ahead and or if I do the payment plan, I'll go ahead and get it paid off.
Okay. Here's what I would do. When's a good time to collect $25 a month?
I could start Friday, the 10th.
Okay. I'm going to need a signature today.
Okay.
But I can start with the 10th. And then what I would say is, if you want to pay more, you can always pay more. If you want to pay early, you can always pay early. It's late that becomes the problem. We don't charge interest, but there's a single fee, and I think it's already been added.
Yes, ma'am.
And then it won't go up. The only time it goes up is if you miss payment and go to court. So just if you find you can't make a payment, come in and talk to a clerk about it before you miss it and see about options.
Okay.
Okay. Can you come sign this morning, or do you need the afternoon?
I can do morning.
Okay. We'll have that at the front desk for you. Okay. It shouldn't take more than about 15 minutes.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. I had given her too short of a time, and it just dawned on me. That's why I paused. That was too quick. And moving forward, I'm going to go next to Cole Krennic. Cole Krennic, if you could unmute and get on screen, please.
My camera isn't actually working. I don't know why. I am on a computer, but I've tried everything in the settings to get it to work, but it's not wanting to work.
Well, that's fair. Let's just move forward, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I received a no contest plea on a no insurance charge, which was alleged for November 2nd. And if you pay that, it's $281. I did receive, let's see. Hold on just a moment. Let me look at your insurance, because some insurance was provided, but I don't, my memory, let me just.
Yes, ma'am.
But is that it wasn't in effect. Let me double check. Oh, yes, it is.
So I have insurance on my car.
But Mr. Krennic, the allegation is for November 2nd, and the insurance that you provided started the next day, the 3rd.
Yes, ma'am.
And so it's not something, it's kind of like an accident. So if you have an accident and you're not insured, and you go into an insurance company and ask, hey, would you cover the accident I just had? They're going to say no. And that's why there's no compliance, dismissal, on insurance cases, okay?
Well, the
Were
reason
you
why it was,
were you insured on November 2nd?
I was supposed to have been, but whenever the reason why,
Were you insured on November 2nd?
well, I'm trying to explain.
Well, but it's not a court, with a court, with the law, it's not a question. The explanation is for sentencing. It's not for guilt or innocence. You either had insurance covering you at the time of that stop or you didn't.
I was supposed to. That's the thing
If you
I'm
hit
trying.
somebody and they make a claim, is an insurance company going to come in and say you were covered?
At that moment, no. And that's
Okay.
because I had got denied for insurance, and that's why it was covered the next day. Because when I
Yeah.
went back in, I wanted to make sure, hey, why am I not having insurance? And they told me that the provider denied me, and I didn't receive no email, no phone call, no nothing about it. So I went back up there and paid $250 to get new insurance so I can have it. Because I was supposed to be insured, but it wasn't there.
You could talk to the prosecutor about it. You pled no contest, so I didn't think that you wanted to talk to the prosecutor about it. But if you want me to back out of that and schedule you to talk to the prosecutor about it, you can.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is that what you're asking to do?
If you don't mind.
I don't mind at all. It's just confusing, but I will undo.
Yes, it's confusing for me as well. That's why.
That's why we got it in writing, though.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, 2 questions. You also were cited for no driver's license.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
were extended to today, but I don't have a plea on that charge. November 2nd is the date of stop. The costs and fines are $181. How are you pleading to that charge?
So I actually am going in for today. Today was the
So
only day
you're back to thinking that the law follows you around. And the issue is, no, listen, I'm going to have to mute you because you don't seem to be able to listen. You need to listen for a minute. You're 22 years old. And for some reason, you haven't gotten the memo yet. But when you drive a car in Texas, you can only do that if you're licensed to drive that car. And you're supposed to be licensed and insured in Texas when you drive. So it's not a question of driving around for a while and then getting a license later. If you hit somebody and you're not licensed, your insurance can deny the claim. So you're driving out there expecting everybody else to cover you if you hit them, if you cause an accident. So I'm not very sympathetic to this. I'll tell you up front, you were either insured at the time of the stop or you weren't. You were either licensed or you weren't. You're not kind of getting one eventually, and so you can drive now and get it later. It doesn't work that way. That is not the law. And I'm a judge, I'm an officer of the court, and I'm sworn to uphold the law. So you need to be very clear that I don't view it as something that you can not be responsible for. If you're denied insurance, you're not covered. If you didn't go take a driving test and pass a driving test, you're driving illegally. It's not a question of what you thought about and why the good reason. Texas does not recognize any reasons.
It's been hard.
You're
for
either
me to get it.
licensed or you're not. There's not a reason.
No, I'm not licensed, but I am on my way today.
How are you? Yeah, but today isn't November 2nd. November 2nd was more than a month ago. Okay. How are you pleading to the charge of no license?
That one I am not guilty to, or guilty to. I'm sorry.
Which is it? Because you're telling me you're all confused
I meant
about
to
it.
say guilty. I'm just frustrated because I'm trying to explain to you, and it's you're not wanting to work with me here.
No,
I
it's
mean,
not that. It's not that. It's that the law requires that I get a plea before I listen. Because if you're contesting it and I listen, then I'm not staying objective and fair. It's
Yes,
kind
ma'am.
of like if you walked in the courtroom and I told you I'd been talking to the prosecutor about your case before you got there. That would not feel right. And it wouldn't feel right because it wouldn't be right. So
Yes, ma'am.
the fact is, I'm not supposed to hear the case before I'm authorized to hear the case. And you're trying to force me to hear the case before I'm supposed to. So I'm cutting you off. You're right. but it's for a very legally defined reason that I'm doing that. And it's equally frustrating for the court when you do that, because you're trying to get me to basically commit what I find to be an ethics violation. And I take that very seriously, and I don't want to do that.
I'm sorry.
But I'll tell you very clearly that if you come to a jury, they're going to be told, was this person insured at the time of this stop? And I can look at the reasons in sentencing, but we don't say a person isn't guilty because they intended to be insured. A person isn't guilty because they were eventually going to get a license. And the reason for that, the public policy reason for both of those decisions by our legislature, is that when you hit someone and you're not insured, it doesn't matter why you weren't insured. If you kill someone with a car and you're not covered for that, it doesn't matter to their family why you weren't covered. What matters to them is that you were driving illegally and you killed their person. And accidents happen, crashes happen. So it's no use saying, well, it isn't going to happen to me. I'm not going to hurt anybody.
I understand that.
It's just the way that it is. Good, because he already had a plea. So Mr. Krennick, I'm just trying to get really clear. Let's just start at the top. November 2nd, you were charged with 2 charges. One is for no license. If you pay that one, it is 181. How are you pleading to that charge?
For the no driver's license is a guilty.
Okay. Now, do you need more than 30 days to make payment? I actually back that conversation up. I actually am showing that I should be ordering community service.
Yes, ma'am.
And that is from the payment application that you provided. You're working, you're still working, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But still, it community service is the appropriate action for that particular matter. And it comes to 9 hours, and I'm going to give you a month to get that done. And I'm going to need to have you come in and sign for that option. I'm also going to need you to come in and schedule, you've changed your plea on the other matter, and I need you to come sign for the pretrial process.
Yes, ma'am.
And so what time can we look for you today?
I can come in after the call is over.
Okay. Great. Come to the front desk and we'll have everything there for you shortly.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Do you have any questions?
Not, yes. So am I having another court date for the insurance, or is that done?
That's what you're asking for. You asked me for another
Yes,
court
ma'am.
date.
I'm just trying
when you
to
say
clarify.
not guilty, you're asking to engage in a process that involves court time. I mean, there's no way to say, I
Yes, ma'am.
really want a trial, but I don't want to come to court. Yeah, you got to be here. You're going to have several settings.
Yes, ma'am.
That's just the law, and I have to follow it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yeah.
come on in. We'll have your paperwork at the front.
All right.
Ms. Rice, you were visiting with, forgive me, Ms. Ortiz.
Yes. So we reached a resolution, states requesting to do a reduction of fine to $20 plus court costs. And she stated that she's interested in doing a payment plan. I said something she had to work out with you.
Okay. I can do that. I've also determined that this case is one that should be, that is eligible for community service.
Great. In that case, she may be interested in a deferral.
Okay.
And if she were to do a deferral, then one of the conditions, I would add a condition of keeping current insurance throughout the terms of the deferral period.
Of course. Thank you. And I'm going to move you forward, and Ms. Ortiz, I'm going to work with you just a little bit further to stay handy.
I will leave the breakout room.
Over. Ms. Rice, I'm going to advance you forward with Mr. Ratliff. And Mr. Ratliff, when you're done with this meeting, come on back in this room. Ms. Ortiz, where are you? There you are. Can you get back on screen by any chance and unmute? Where did she go? There you go. Hi, Ms. Ortiz.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Can you get on screen by any chance?
Okay.
Thank you. You weren't in the room. Sorry about that. I thought you were in the room. There's a lot of people today. Ms. Ortiz, I did talk to the prosecutor, and she she made a motion to do a reduction to $20 plus court costs. But after we discussed that for a moment, I let her know that your case is one that is eligible for community service. And she then made a request and said that you might want to be doing a deferred disposition, and we can do that. The 14 hours of community service would be a condition of that deferred. And we also would need current insurance, and it would need to stay current throughout the deferral period, which would be 6 months. And that would mean that I would need that insurance policy within 30 days if you don't already have it. And it would need to be a 6-month policy. And your
you said I would be eligible for community service?
Yes, you're eligible for community service. 14 hours due February 8th. And 6 months of insurance due January 11th. And your deferred ends April 7th.
Okay.
And if you get that all done, then your case is going to be eligible to be dismissed.
Okay. I have insurance already. It started November the 10th and it goes through May 10th of 2020.
Okay. Bring that with you. I'm going to need you to come up and sign your documents.
Okay.
And you'll bring that with you and turn it in, and that'll satisfy one requirement. And then you'll pick up your community service packet and sign for your deferred. You'll get a copy of the deferred. You'll sign for your
community service.
Yes. And then you'll be good to go. And you just get your community service turned in on time, which is February 8th. Okay.
And I have one more question.
Yes.
My insurance is in my husband's name, but it's for my vehicle.
Right. That's
Would that be okay?
And what time are you coming in?
As soon as we're done here.
Okay. We will see you at the front desk.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a blessed day.
You too.
Thank you.
And then I'm moving forward, let's see, with Mia or Maya Long. Ms. Long.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to get on screen at all?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Let me get your file pulled up. Just one moment.
Yes, ma'am.
And let's see, this is a 5th extension request for community service. And throughout the whole time, it's been 15 hours. We've been trying to get that from you since last March, early in March. I have nothing from you. And I'm not inclined to grant it. I don't know what seems to be the problem.
Well, I was pregnant and caught COVID, and then
Okay.
ended up having my baby while I had COVID.
When was that?
I caught COVID late September and had in beginning of August.
And how early were you on delivery?
35 weeks.
Okay. How many?
35 weeks.
You were 35 weeks early?
Oh, no, I was 5 weeks early.
Yeah, I was going to say that's not possible.
No, I apologize. I was 5 weeks early.
Okay. Were you having a complicated pregnancy?
I was high risk, but I don't think I was necessarily having a complicated pregnancy.
Okay. Are you working at this time?
Not at the moment, no ma'am.
Okay. I can give you one more extension. Is there someone to watch your child while you do communicate?
Yes ma'am, my mom.
Okay. All right. I can go ahead and excuse me. So it's still the 15 hours.
Yes ma'am.
But I'm going to need to see some progress
Yes ma'am.
and preferably have it done by February 8th.
Yes ma'am.
Okay. So I'll need you to come up and, well, no, we can email you the paperwork in this case.
I also caught 2 other tickets, I believe in November.
Oh, yes, that's true. Let me go ahead and walk you through those. There are 2 charges. October 8th is the date on both. One is for speeding, October 8th. The costs and fines are $254. How are you pleading to that charge?
Guilty.
And then there's a no insurance charge from that same stop. It's $281. How are you pleading?
No contest. It wasn't my car, and I was told that there was insurance on it.
You're going to always need to make sure when you drive a vehicle, like you'll need to see the insurance card.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I actually do need your signature on those tickets. I'm sorry, on those community service packets. Can someone bring you? Are you legally able to get here?
Yes, ma'am. I have a driver's license.
Okay. When can we look for you to come in?
Right now, the only car I can drive is in the shop, so.
It has to be today. What time?
I guess noon.
Okay. We'll see you then.
All right.
But it turns into 42 hours.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, Ms. Long, do you have any further questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, everything will be at the front desk here by noon, I think.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And moving forward, Lucas Oyeda.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, how are you this morning?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Let me get your case pulled up. There are 2 charges. One is, they're both October 27th. One is a speeding charge, and it has fines and costs of $120. That one is already in the process of completion with driver safety course and your driving record due March 2nd. The other one is a possession of drug paraphernalia, and I did get a request for a deferral from you and a no contest plea. Is that your plea today and your request?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And I'll grant the deferral. I do need to know, when can you pay your balance, which is $286?
$286.
Yes.
What is that? Just a separate court cost fee?
Yeah, those are 2 different charges.
Okay, I understand. For the ticket, I already had my packet. I already went.
We're not talking about that one. That one, I just reviewed it, and everything's due March 2nd. But I'm talking to you about the possession of drug paraphernalia charge.
Yes.
And again, that one is $286. And I received a no contest plea and a request for a deferred. Is that your plea? Is that your plea today?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And I can grant your deferred, but the next thing we have to do is sort out payment. And I'm asking, what can you pay today towards your balance?
I can pay. How much did you say was 280? What?
It's $286.
286. Would there be any possibility I can do like a split pay, like a payment option, or?
Yes, but what I'm asking you is what's the max you can pay today? And that's just still the question.
I can pay half today.
Okay, that's 143. And then when can you pay the balance?
I can pay the rest of it by next week if that's all right.
Yeah, that's fine. What's the day?
I could pay by next Saturday.
We're not open, so that can be the 20th.
Next Friday.
Next Friday, the 17th?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then you're going to have an alcohol, sorry, not alcohol, just give me a moment.
Okay, no worries.
The driving. I don't have it. But it's a possession of property. Okay. It's a marijuana awareness class. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am. I could barely hear you.
No, a marijuana awareness class. It's 8 hours. You can take it online, and that's going to be due February 8th.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, when can you come sign your paperwork for your deferred today?
I can come as soon as I'm done right here.
Okay. We'll have shortly, not right away, but we'll try to get it quickly, but we'll have paperwork for you at the front desk. So just check in there and they'll help you find it. Okay.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions, Mr. Oviedo?
Yes, I recently received a letter in to the mail. I'm pretty sure I got it either yesterday or the day before, but it said I had missed my court date, and I'm pretty sure it was for the paraphernalia charge, but my court date was today. So I'm not really sure.
It doesn't sound like us. We sent a summons to you saying to be here. We didn't say you missed it.
Yes, I wasn't really sure.
Second. Just one second. What's the summons date? Because if it's today, I don't know. I'm not looking at the letter, and you don't seem to be looking at it either. We said we summoned you to court for November 17th. As far as that goes, I don't know the answer to your question without looking at your letter. If you have something pending somewhere else, you might want to take a better look at that letter. If it's our letter, you're resolving your cases now.
Okay.
If it's not our letter, you need to contact whoever that is.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Anything else?
No, ma'am. That'll be all.
Okay. Thank you. So moving forward, let's see. Isabel Ochoa. How are you this morning? How are you this morning, Ms. Ochoa?
I'm okay.
Let me get your file pulled up. Looks like everything's good. Then I have 2 charges, but still, let me just check on them. Oh, sorry. On the speeding. Okay. On the speeding charge, there's a balance of 209, and it's all due by day after tomorrow, December Are you going to meet that target?
Yes, ma'am. Sorry, I have to plug in my phone so it doesn't die real quick.
Yeah. Okay. As long as you're not driving, right?
No, I'm not.
Okay. So are you going to make that payment on time? You cut out. Barely. It's like you turned it way down or something. Try again.
Can you hear me?
Barely.
1 second. I think it connected to my car.
Something's better. When you moved around, I heard you briefly a little bit better. So I think it has to do with being close enough to your mic. Oh, wow. Okay. I'll come back to you in a moment. Miss Ochoa? So now you're frozen on the screen. I think we're having trouble. I'm going to mute you and hope that maybe I come back to you next and see if it's resolved. If you can hear me.
I'm so sorry. I can hear you now.
Okay, I can hear you. So I'm just going to start over. You have a payment plan for your speeding charge, and there's a balance of $209 due on December 9th. Are you going to make it? Is that going to happen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, there's also an expired motor vehicle registration charge. I do have a no contest plea on that charge. It's one that is not going to be able to be dismissed because you're not eligible for that option. And that one is $151. Do you need more than 30 days to make payment on that one?
Yes. Do you mind me asking why I'm not eligible for?
You missed a court date.
Yes, but on the ticket, it says November 11th.
Let me look at the record. Hold on, because we sent a letter out when you missed your court date. Yeah, let me see the
letter.
Okay. Well, the letter was after you missed the court date. Oh, yeah, November 1st is what it looks like. What is that date? Because it says November 11th is the date of the stop. I mean, November 11th is up above.
I showed up on November 10th.
Yeah, hold on. Okay, let me look at her. Did you provide your registration when you came in?
Yes, I did. I also scanned in all the documents.
When?
I scanned them in last week.
You didn't scan them in to us unless you emailed them scanned.
Oh, yes, ma'am. I emailed them scanned.
Okay, let me look at that. Yeah, he seems to have written the ticket. It's just an odd looking thing. He wrote November instead of October, but you were stopped obviously in October. We're going to look again for your email because right now it's not been imported in. So let me look for it.
Okay.
I see what you mean about the ticket. Got all that. Can you pay your $20 dismissal fee today?
Yes, ma'am, I can.
Okay, I'm going to go with you on that one. I'm allowing a dismissal.
Thank you.
And the fee is going to be paid today. And we'll have that all at the front desk. So you'll have to come by to do the payment. And they'll give you a copy of the dismissal there. Okay?
Okay. Is it okay if I come after work at 4:30?
As long as you get here by about 4:30.
Okay.
Okay, because they need time to do that.
Okay,
Okay. All right. Thank you.
thank you.
I don't. Good idea. Ms. Hamilton?
I'm here.
Get your case pulled up.
I can, sometimes you're cutting in and out. I just wanted to let you know.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, there is a speeding charge with costs and fines of $279. Can you hear me?
Yes.
And I received a plea of guilty on that charge. Is that your plea today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm actually showing that I would order community service in this case.
I have, I was trying to do a payment plan and I filled out an affidavit.
You did.
And the court, the clerks, said that she had to schedule this court appearance because, of my financial situation. And I understand that. However, with community service, it's going to be harder for me because I'm a single parent of 5 children. And I have other things going on like custody, emergency custodies, a lot of court dates coming up that I have to appear at in Bell County, lots of doctor's appointments.
Yeah, I'm following you.
I'm a very busy.
You actually are.
I would still
in and out. Here's my question. You can elect community service or payments. What's an amount that you could pay comfortably each month?
Like it'd be like $30 or
Let's
40
do 20.
max.
Let's
Or
do
is that
20.
too low?
Let's do 25. And if you need, if you can't make a payment, you need to come in and talk to us. Don't go to warrant, okay? Especially with the child custody case going on.
Yeah, no, I don't want that. I definitely, if I had it, I would have just paid it off because I obviously was going, I was speeding. So like, I wasn't trying to like ignore it or anything. Like if I could, I would have just paid it off. Like,
yeah. So here's my question.
immediately.
Can you make a payment today?
Absolutely.
Okay. Why don't you come in and sign up for your payment plan and make that payment? And then it'll always be every month around this same time.
Okay.
So
Okay, I appreciate that.
When can we look for you?
I'm actually here already in the parking lot right now. So
Okay.
as soon as I'm
Give us a minute to get your paperwork, okay? Because I'm also going to do a reduction of your fines down a little bit, okay?
All right. I appreciate that.
So wait about
Okay.
10 minutes and then come on in.
Okay.
Okay,
I will.
thank you.
Thank you.
Beginning today. Okay, and here's her file. And then I'm moving to Karen Butler. Let's see where you are, Miss Butler. Oh, I'm not seeing Miss Butler. So hold on just a moment because then Miss Bowens is next. Miss Rice, let's see. And Mr. Ratliff did not come back in. Let me get him to jump back over.
Bless you.
Thank you. Ms. Rice, I'm just waiting for Mr. Ratliff to come back in. I pushed him back into the meeting, but it's not happening so far. Your next person is going to be Mr. Dorpinghouse. Mr. Dorpinghouse, I'm actually going to send you an invitation on over to that meeting, but I'll do that in just a moment. Ms. Rice, there he is. There we go. Hi, Mr. Ratliff. Are we moving toward trial or are we coming to court on the final pre-trial?
I think we're working towards resolution, but he still wants to view discovery on December 29th.
That's
I think
fine.
we'll make our decision then.
No problem. Mr. Ratliff, we'll see you here on the 29th at 3 o'clock, okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I can be removed now?
Yes. Mr. Dorpinghouse, I'm sending that invitation to you now.
Does that come through the email or through this app? I'm
You'll
sorry.
see it on the screen.
Okay. Thank you,
And then
ma'am.
you'll click back over when it's all said and done with, okay? Okay. Ms. Bowens? Hi,
Hi.
how are you?
Fine.
I can't remember, you might have already answered this. Were you able to get on screen?
Let me see, because I really don't. Okay, I'm on it.
Hi.
Hi.
So I received your plea of no contest, and I'm showing that what we should be doing is community service. We had you in a payment plan, but it looks like community service is a more realistic option at this time. And what do you think about that?
I mean, can I do a payment plan? Like, at first I was the only parent that's working, but my boyfriend, he works at Walmart now. So could I do a payment plan? Because I have a 9-month-old baby and I really don't have anyone to watch her.
Okay. Can you pay $25 a month?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And I'm going to need you to come in and sign for that. Can you make a payment today when you come in to sign?
Can I use my credit card?
Yes.
Okay, yes, that's fine.
Okay. And you can always pay more. You can always pay early. I'm going to do a reduction as well of your fines. What time will you be here?
I can come in right after the virtual.
Okay. All right. We'll have something pretty quickly at the front for you. Okay.
Okay.
Come on over.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, let's see. Just want to do a couple of quick reviews because everybody else I've got is for the pretrial docket, I think. But I've got a few people that I wasn't able to identify. And I'm going to try again. I tried at the beginning. Phone number ending, it's a 512 phone number ending in 790. If you could unmute and tell me your name, please.
Hello?
Hi, what is your name? Hi, what is your name?
Jose, Jose Vega? I don't know. Man, I've been confused. I didn't.
It's okay.
Jose Vega?
Hi, Mr. Vega. You're scheduled today for court for the pretrial, and we'll be with you pretty shortly, okay?
Yes.
Okay,
I don't know.
thank you. Just stay there. Listen carefully, though, because I'll call your name, okay?
Yeah, as soon as you start talking, it spits out something. It tells me something about unmuting. I don't know.
Yeah, I've been trying to get you to
talking, but
unmute.
it's telling me.
I've been trying to get you to unmute so that I could figure out who you were.
Yeah, because you're talking, and then it starts talking, and I can't hear nobody talking.
Well, now we
Well,
know who
as
you
soon as
are,
you
so
do that-
that's good. Okay, your turn's coming up. I'm showing Mr. Butler is still on the line. Mr. Butler, are you still here? Or Miss Butler?
Ma'am?
Yeah. I thought we resolved your case already. Did we not?
No, you haven't.
Okay, I'm sorry. I marked you down. I'm actually showing that your case is one where I should be doing community service. And if we do that, it would be 8 hours.
I'm disabled though.
Okay, tell me a little bit about your disability.
Okay, I can't do no bending, I can't do no sweeping, I can't do no mopping, because it makes my back really bad, and I've had 3 back surgeries.
Is that something that you think your doctor would be willing to put in writing so that I could waive community service and waive your fines?
Is there any way that I could get on a payment plan and just pay it?
Yes. Can you pay $25 a month?
Yes, ma'am, but I can't do it today.
I still need to get your signature on it today.
Yes, ma'am, I'm here in Temple.
Okay. When is a good time for you to do $25 a month?
It would probably start the 1st of January, which I know
Okay.
y'all are closed the 1st, but
Well, we can put it on the 3rd, and then you can
okay.
pay early
Okay.
if you want to, but just no
Yes,
later on
ma'am.
that date. So when can you come by? What time?
I can come by right now to sign.
Okay. All right. I'll have something for you at the front desk in a few minutes. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And again. Okay. Thank you, Miss Butler.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I got you. The rest of you are all waiting for Ms. Rice. So it's not that you've been forgotten. It's just that she's very thorough. So just hang in there, okay? Mr. Burrell, Mr. Armstrong, Mr. Vega, and Ms. Gutierrez. Y'all are certainly on our list to go. Okay.
Do you know what number I am, if you don't mind? Mr. Armstrong?
Mr. Armstrong. She is on number 5 and you are number 6.
So I'm next? Cool.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Was Mr. Castillo supposed to be here again today? Okay. Oh. Ask him about that tomorrow. He has so many charges and I'm not seeing which ones. Yeah, because there's a few here that were set in November. Yeah, I don't know what he was scheduled for a pretrial for because, yeah, because I don't see anything with that date. The 218-0937576 and 77. Prevent and more large, all three for October 18th. Okay, because the date here says November 30. Was he reset for today? Because I have November 30th on those, but anyway, moving forward. Ms. Rice, you can unmute, and Mr. Dorkinghouse, you can also unmute. And are we moving forward towards trial, or are we moving to a resolution?
I think we're going towards a resolution. I think we've decided Mr. Dorkinghouse has agreed to a driver safety course. I think he's going to need a little bit of time to make that payment. It did occur in a school zone, so I think it's 169 court costs, and he's asking for 60 days. I don't know if that's something that the court could accommodate for a payment, but I think that he says with his financial situation, that's what he could handle.
Okay, I can work on that.
Great.
I'm going to move you forward. Mr. Dorkinghouse, don't go away. I'm going to talk with you just a little bit. And Ms. Rice, Mr. Armstrong, I'm going to send you an invitation to a breakout room. And when you're done with that conversation, you'll come back in this room. And that's going to be on your screen. Mr. Dorkinghouse, I don't mind, but we didn't get a financial application from you. And that's what I require in order to grant that time.
I haven't had work this year that much at all. I lost my job at the beginning of the year, and the only job I had was only for a month, and I lost it because I got the speeding ticket.
So here's the deal. I still require that you fill it out, and that means that you indicate.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
You're wanting 60 days.
Because I'll be able to pay the full amount. The main thing is I get
My
paid.
price for that is you fill out my form.
Okay.
And so you're going to need to come by the court, fill it out, and sign for that extension. I don't have any problem with that, but that's what the law requires that I do, and I'm just going to require it because I'm legally required to require it, so it's required.
I'm in Tennessee.
Okay, I can email it to you, but I need it today.
That would be. I can do that, ma'am. I can do that.
Okay, can you print it and fill it out and scan it back over, or take a photo and send it back over? The same on your extension.
There'll be 2 forms.
There's going to be 3 pieces of paper.
Okay. I'll make sure.
2 of them are payment applications.
Okay.
1 of them is an extension form. Okay. Just 1 second. Can we email the email that we used on file?
My last name at gmail.com.
Let me double check. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, we'll send that to you. We're trying to catch up, so just give us a little bit of time, but you should have it in a half hour or so. If not, call and see what's up. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Am I able to leave or stay in the call?
You're able to leave.
Okay. And how much will the amount be?
It's 169. She was right.
Okay.
169 plus license plus insurance. Okay.
What's the? I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm not meaning to interrupt.
Okay, it's just technology sometimes does that. So February 8th is 60 days from today. Will that date work for you?
Yes, I'll be able to pay it. I'm hoping to get it done before then.
That's fine. And either or. That's a day no later than for the
Yes.
for the 169 license and insurance, okay? Okay, I'm not hearing you, but I'm guessing that that's
Yes.
gonna be okay. All right.
Sorry.
It's okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Okay, your question about oh, just waive part of it then. It's waive fines and costs due to indigent status. Give me a waiver form. It's not that you can't do something, it's that you have to do it a specific way. That's fine. How much is it? The fine itself. I'm waiving 150. Yeah. Her payment plan's 25. Okay. Hi, Mr. Burrell.
Hello, how you doing, man?
Good. What happened? You suddenly
I don't know. They said you kicked me out the meeting, so I tried to hurry up and come back.
I sure didn't. And I
Yeah.
don't know what happened. But
Probably a
anyway,
connection problem.
I'm glad you're back. You didn't lose your place in line. You're actually next. So
Okay.
coming right up.
Okay.
And Ms. Gutierrez, you're after him, and Mr. Vega, you're after that. So everybody, don't worry. We're getting to everyone. On this one, this is so you wrote TS, and I was asking, is this time served? Because it's pending, and I looked in the file, and I didn't see any jail paperwork. On the three that have you already set the time stuff on them, then on the top line, the person got the ticket a month before and the rest of the month after. Lisa asked me and said not, to not put that one on there. I'm not sure why, but I thought that it should be for transfer, but I'm not sure why she said that. Okay, I'll just have to pull the whole file and review it because I'm confused. That was too. Yeah. Jose Camacho did not come in, so. No problem. Oh, let's-
Hello?
Hi. Mr. Vega, we're not quite to you yet.
Oh, I
We haven't forgotten about you.
hung up or what? Okay.
You're still here. I am very confused. This is why I got confused. Because I was. Oh, I remember this one because I unselected and I had that time zone and it put it on it anyway because I didn't even receive paperwork on that. So Let me just do a little Jason Brown. I received it. He has a case. Let me look at his correspondence. Do we have any jail time with him? Where is it? Yeah, but see, it's not here. Was he in Bell County? Let's pull the jail. It's not, the plea doesn't have it in the correspondence. What is that, Jamie? Oh, on the screen. Check Bell County. It was. Maybe I pulled the wrong version. I re-reviewed it and there was nothing in it. Yeah, that's the name, but there's several. There's like 5 people with that name. Nope, I didn't see it there either. Okay. No, I just want to look at it. So he has a plea on all the cases. I said I look at that plea again. And where's his arrest? Okay, how long was he there? Oh, he posted bond on the 24th. Okay. So, okay. 7. Okay. So he could time serve this one. Let's confirm the pleas on all of the cases. Because we double, no, just the one case was. Because he wasn't 7 days. But see, I ordered that a month ago. And then let's make sure that that's in all 4 cases. I wasn't going to go ahead and write it on that because
we're back.
Okay, great. Thank you. All right. On Mr. Armstrong, are we moving towards trial or towards resolution?
I think we may be heading towards resolution, but he wants to view discovery first on December 29th.
Okay. We can set it for December 29th. I don't think it's set yet, but.
Oh, that's the filing that I have.
Yeah, it says
that's
on the day is 29th.
Yeah, no, I'm not disputing that, y'all. It's just that we did not officially schedule it for discovery. We scheduled it for the final pretrial.
Oh, yes, you're right. Yes.
Gotcha.
We'll add that to the list of things. We'll see you then. Okay, Mr. Armstrong?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Rice, you can be ready by then?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
It's a pretty quick video.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank y'all. Have a good day.
See you then.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Ms. Rice, Justin Burrell is next for you.
Okay.
Mr. Burrell, I'm sending you that invitation now. Just remember to come back in the room when you're done.
Okay.
Yeah, that was, I remember now saying that I wasn't gonna give him all that, but I'm okay with it. Mhm. Okay. Those are all the same date of stop, and I'm gonna grant it on the other one as well, the one with the warrant. Yeah, that's now. And make sure, because it didn't look like we had done that yet. It looked like it was not. It said pending on my paper, so that's where I got off to begin with. Sounds good. Mr. You wanted the documents by today, right? Yes. Yeah, just like. if anybody wants to- No, I don't think so. Oh. Good heavens. It's a brand new person. Hello, caller, that just came in the room, phone number ending in 569. What is your name?
Robert McKenzie Jr.
Mr. McKenzie, court started at 9 o'clock. It's 11:15. What's going on?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. I know. I just went back. I was thinking it was tomorrow, and I just went back and looked, and I called up to the courthouse, and they just asked me to just beep in.
Okay, let me see if I can find your file. Hold on. McKenzie.
Yes, ma'am.
McKenzie. It's one I already handed to you as a no-show. You've actually gotten lucky, Mr. McKenzie. We're close to finished, but
I'm sorry.
no, I handed it to you. Okay. Okay, Mr. McKenzie, I'm not able to dismiss the charge. I did get your letter. I did accept your plea and ordered community service on both of those cases. It turns into 44 hours, and I need to get that in order to release your license. I don't reinstate licenses. DPS does that, but I have a hold for no show, and I have to get your case completed before I will release that. And in this case, that translates into 44 hours of community service with a no later than February 8th date to turn it in, but you can get it done and turned in early, and I'll move forward with releasing.
Okay. What if so can I just pay the ticket, I guess?
You could if you wish. I would look at some reductions in that instance.
Okay, that would work too.
Okay, give me a moment. Let me figure out a reduction. Let me get a moment. I need to look at Mr. McKenzie Roberts' file on the screen to do reductions. I'm inclined to do one big one on the failure to appear rather than the speeding. So let's move to that case. Put it out there. So just take the phone off. So, Mr. McKenzie,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna take the actual fine off of the violation of the promise to appear, just pursuant to your letter, which I did read. And let me get you a new balance before I quote anything, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate that.
You'll still owe the court costs and the warrant fees. I'm not able to take those off. So your balance.
Okay.
Mhm. Give me a moment.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm Judge Person, by the way. You're on the phone, so you wouldn't have my name on your screen. Give me just a moment.
Okay.
It's in there. It's on you already have it. But yeah, there is a lot. Oh, I'm sitting here looking at it. The case is in warrant. Yeah. I don't know why that is, but I know there is one. Oh, why? It's state law requirement, isn't it? Seem to recall a conversation about that about a decade ago. Yeah. And I do not literally, and I don't remember. So what does that put his total? And the overall total, are you coming to? Right. Okay, Mr. McKenzie,
Yes, ma'am.
I can get you down from 878.80 to 579.93.
Okay.
Can you pay that today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you coming by to do payment? So that you can,
I think, can I say it one more time?
so that you can get a receipt. Are you coming by today to do that? Or are you going?
Yeah, I mean, yes, ma'am, I could, or can I just do it online?
You can do it online, but if you're doing it online, give us a few minutes to make sure that the system is reflecting the right amount so that it clears. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Hold on just a moment.
Okay.
Is the reduction completed yet? Okay. I just want to make sure it's ready before I let you go.
I understand.
Let's see. He hung up or he
No,
couldn't figure.
I'm
No, not you, sir. Just wait a moment, okay? You're not able
Yes,
to
ma'am.
see the screen. I'm sorry. I'm talking to Miss Ross. There he is. Okay.
Can you come
he's-
back?
Here he comes.
Okay, great.
He's just connecting to audio. He's a student and therefore indigent.
Okay, great. Well, that's, I'm glad that you have already reviewed his finances, is what I meant to say.
Yes,
Yes,
I understood what you meant.
yes. So he is, can he hear us? I don't want to proceed. Yes, there he is. There's Mr. Burrell. Okay. He wants to enter in a plea of no contest and then do community service to work off that fine and court cost. And
Okay.
he does not live in the area right now because of school. So he may have to perform that community service outside of our community.
Okay, I have him at Mary Hardin Baylor, which I don't really think of as being all that far away. But
Oh, but
anyway,
he's away at home
I live
right
in
now.
Houston.
He's not currently at school because they're on break.
Oh, okay. I'll work on that with him. I'm moving you forward, Mr. Burrell. Just stay handy. I'm moving you forward with Ms. Gutierrez, who looks ready. And Ms. Gutierrez, I'm sending you that invitation now.
Okay.
Just click on it. Just be sure and come back in when you're done. Mr. Burrell, you can do community service at any nonprofit where you live, but I do need your signature today on the documents. So I'm going to send them to you. You're in Houston, you said?
Yes, could I electronically sign it?
You can't electronically sign it because I need a legal signature, but you
Wait,
can.
I apologize, ma'am. You sound very low.
Part of it is that we're both talking at the same time. We have to take turns. So I will send it to you, and then if you can print it and sign it, and you can email it back, or you can take a photo, as long as I can read it, send it back, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna send you the paperwork. There is a list of providers, and it says right on there that it's a suggestion list, but that I will accept community service from any nonprofit in the state of Texas. So Houston is fine.
Okay. So you'll send it to my Gmail?
Yes.
Okay. All right, that sounds fine, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Now on McKinsey, does that change our bottom line? Okay, what happened? Oh, I see. Okay, give me that. Where is this file again? There's Burrell. And what's the final total again? Okay. Mr. McKenzie.
Yes, ma'am.
So one of the reasons I wanted you to stay on is just to make sure everything checked out all right. There was one more fee that was not able to be taken off. And so that actually brought it up just a little bit to $618.93.
Okay.
As a total. And now everything's ready to go. So you can go online and do payment, or you can call a clerk to do that.
Okay. And that'll release my license where I can get it renewed.
So once again, I'll just tell you, I can send the release electronically today, but DPS is the one that has to actually release it. I'll send my whole release, and then they have to change that status. So you're gonna have to keep checking with them to see if it, when it clears. Usually they can take up to 21 business days is what I'm supposed to tell you. I don't have any control over DPS. This is not DPS. I place the hold with DPS, and then it takes their good time to actually do a release. So the way to check on that is to go onto their website and start looking every day under failure to appear. If you go to Texas DPS, Department of Public Safety, and type in failure to appear, there should be a way to check your license. And you'll want to do that. I would do it every day starting tomorrow, but we send it electronically to them, usually today. And then it's a question of how long does it take for them to receipt that and clear it?
Yes, ma'am. I'm familiar with that website.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
As far as the court is concerned, you can call in or you can go onto the Temple Municipal Court website, and there's a way to do payment there.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Do you have any further questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and disconnect you, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
To get that done. So I spoke to Ms. Gutierrez. The state's requesting to do a deferral with her. It sounds, just from talking to her briefly, she may be indigent. She also has some health conditions that may make it difficult for her to do community service.
Okay.
So I wanted to make you aware of that so you could ask her more details about that to see if community service could be waived or can't be waived in her particular case.
Okay. I'm going to move you forward to talk to Mr. Vega. Mr. Vega, can you hear me? Mr. Vega?
Hello?
Hi. So I'm going
Yes.
to send you an invitation. You're going to probably click on something to move yourself into a room with Ms. Rice to communicate with her. She is the prosecutor for the city, and she'll talk more to you more about that. And then when you're done, I'm gonna want to talk to you again. You'll have to hang up and dial back in.
Okay.
Okay, so there's that invitation, or it may just move him right over. Okay, Ms. Gutierrez, all of that makes sense to me. I didn't review your financial situation beforehand. I don't remember why, but give me just a moment to do that, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you still an LVN at UTMB?
Yes, ma'am. I'm an LVN at the Hughes unit in Gatesville, but
Okay.
I just came back to work because I had COVID, then I broke my foot, and then I totaled my car. So I was out of work for 4.
So everything got behind. Are you the only income to your home?
Yes, ma'am. And
Okay.
I'm pregnant also with my 6-year-old.
You're currently pregnant?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How far along are you?
I'm gonna be 8 weeks on Friday.
8 weeks?
Yes, ma'am.
How are things going?
Well, the doctor so far that I have a lot of blood around my uterus, and then since my foot's broke, my job's not following the restrictions ordered by my doctor, so my bone is now protruding because my pinky toe completely cracked in half. But I can't stop working, and then I'm trying to play catch up. So
Are you receiving any assistance like food stamps?
no, they kept it me because I was on short-term disability, but $900 weeks is nothing when you have 2 car notes and 5 kids to take care of.
Why 2 car notes?
I had one that is more of like a family car, which it is not currently working, but I'm still having to pay on it because I can't afford to fix it. And then the other one that I just got because I totaled my other car is so I can get to work.
Okay, which is the newer car, the Journey or the Versa?
The Versa. The Journey will be paid off in February though.
Who's driving that one?
It's the Versa I'm driving. The Journey's just sitting in the garage.
Okay, was that the one that was totaled?
No, ma'am. It was the Ford EcoSport 2015. That's the one that was totaled because my splint boot got stuck under the brake pedal and I couldn't move it. And when I finally did move it, I was in the back of that guy's truck with 5 kids in the car.
Okay, and then the Dodge, no one drives it?
No, it's not working right now.
Okay. And then there was an accident here in this case.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I totaled the car.
Okay. Do you think that your doctor, well, you already have a note for work, so maybe I could look at that because I want to consider if I can waive community service, and it would help me to have something for my file if I do that. So probably I would say sending me that might be helpful. I'll go ahead and grant the deferred, and then I'm gonna go ahead and order community service, but it's subject to your, in this case, not your capacity to do it, is that you probably can't. So I need something in my file by the due date, which is gonna be February 8th.
With the note he wrote my nurse manager yesterday, it says that I'm not allowed on my feet for more than 15 minutes in an hour. Will that?
But I have to have it.
Well, I can bring it.
Yeah, you can send it, but I'm gonna need your signature on this deferred.
Yes, ma'am.
Because there's an accident though, I do require a driver safety course. That's gonna be the problem. Because it's about $30 and you're gonna have to pay for that class, $30 to $40. But I won't make it due until February 8th.
Yes, ma'am.
Hold on, I'm just making some notes.
Okay.
And that's because of your foot, but also your pregnancy, I would think.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I never really thought of pregnancy as a way to get out of things, but my foot is, yeah, it's,
But you were talking about the blood thing and that there was a lot of blood pooling around
Yeah.
you. So that may be a problem. So just follow up with your doctor. When can we look for you to come by today?
I can come by around 4.
That's fine. We'll have it deferred at the front desk. And right now it's going to say that you have community service due. Bring me that note and I'll see if I can adjust that with a waiver. Okay. I kind of think I can, but I'm always very hesitant to tell people based on something I haven't looked at.
Okay.
So I'm going to need to look at it. Okay. And then
Yes, ma'am.
it's going to be the bigger thing for you to focus on getting that turned in by February 8th. Okay.
Yes.
It's an online class, so you can do it. I know you don't have a lot of spare time because you have kids and everything. Are you a single parent? Or is
Yes,
the other parent helping you?
He comes and goes, but
Okay.
they all have fathers, so.
Yeah, of course. Well, I don't worry about things like that. But I'm just wondering if he could hang out with us a little and give you some time to do your class. There's an accident, so we normally require a class, but I'm
Yes,
a
ma'am.
little bit wondering if that's even possible. I think you should try and then communicate with me if you can't do it. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We'll have all of that at the front desk for you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Any
Thank you.
questions? Any questions? Apparently not. Waiting for him to come back on. What did y'all decide?
I think it's probably going to proceed to trial. I'm going to set for discovery hearing on his pretrial date. I think it's January 12th at 1.
It is.
Yes. So if we could set for discovery hearing, that'd be great.
Okay. Let me get him back in. And
Yeah, I told him to call back in. It looks like he may have. Because he
yes,
was on the phone.
that's good. Mr. Vega, if you could unmute without me asking you to unmute, then you won't hear that voice telling you to unmute.
Yes, I
Okay.
don't know if it's working or not.
It's
You're
working.
good.
We're going to see you January 12th at 1 o'clock, and we're doing discovery at that time.
Okay.
Okay, we'll see you then.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, I was able to do, I went ahead though, there was an accident on that charge.
There was, yes.
And so I ordered a class. Now, her situation looks difficult. And
It
so
does.
I told her I'm not really sure that even that's going to be realistic, but I wanted her to focus on that. She's going to bring her doctor note in today when she comes in to sign her deferred at about 4. And, you know, the bigger thing is she needs someone to watch her children while
Oh,
she,
yeah. She said she had 5 kids.
she
So,
has,
yes.
they're all little. They're all like under 9. And
Yeah,
she's
that's what she
pregnant.
said.
She's pregnant, and she said that there's a lot of blood in her uterus. So,
Oh my gosh, I hadn't heard that. I'm so sorry.
so I don't, that doesn't sound like a really good deal. And she said that she can't not work because she really needs the money and doesn't have a way to pay bills. So, so I don't know. I'm just going to kind of keep working with her. Hopefully she'll communicate with us. But I did grant the deferred, and
Great.
it looks like a waiver on the fines on that one.
Wonderful. Yeah.
But I gotta look at it and see what she gives me. Because sometimes people will say that, and then what they'll bring me is like they were in the hospital one day, and I can't tell even what happened. So I'm
Right.
always reluctant to tell them what I will do without looking at it. But it sounded like it. If I get what she described, I would be able to. So
Yeah, that's good. That's the outcome that I wanted.
thank you for your time today.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.